15 minutes videos in total. Please watch all of them. All of them are very, very important. Okay. Now, after watching this, today we teach you how to apply the strategy. Let me give you a high-level overview regarding the Grail framework I invented. When you see Grail framework, Holy Grail framework, you can see it that way. Okay. So now, Grail framework stands for get to the point. Okay. Let me describe get to the point. In the past, I call it growth. Whenever I say growth, it's the same meaning get to the point, but you guys always do not get to the point. So I change G to get to the point. What does get to the point stands for? Anytime people ask you some questions, please get to the point. If they ask you, tell me a time we had conflict with someone else. Well, you talk about, oh, when I worked for ABCD company, I was a product manager, I was responsible for something, and I had a conflict with like head of engineering in my company about ABCD things. You need to get to the point very fast at the very beginning. That's part of our framework. In the past, I call it growth because usually we want to set up the challenge is very low in terms of originally going down, had conflict with someone else, and then you need to tick into the more interesting outcome in terms of your story. Okay, so now I hit the bar lower. You don't need to make it like a movie, like it's really bad, become better. I want you to really get to a point faster. I had a conflict with somebody else, was in about what was in the first sentence at very beginning, make it very, very clear in your statement. Okay, same thing as my biggest achievement or anything like, well, my biggest achievement was when I was working for ABCD thing, I launched the most impressive thing. You get to the point much faster. Okay, now our part of framework is what we add that nobody else out there emphasize on our part of framework. Our part of framework is very critical that helps you to turn your story to make it sounds very impressive. Okay, so I had a conflict with someone else. Okay, no problem. Everyone has a conflict, of course. Now, our part of framework is why is it so important? Okay, different kind of reasons. Okay, so I break it down in why it's an important issue. Well, because if I had a conflict with head of engineering, the whole process will delay. If we follow his wrong strategy, we're going to lose $5 million. This is really bad for our customers. Anything you want to put down regarding why is it so important? All right, so what should happen if not addressed? It's like bad things could happen if we didn't get along in terms of conflict. Use conflict as an example, okay? So my point is our part of framework is very important in terms of help you stand out. It's not just random conflict. It's not just random achievement. Think about this. The conflict you had with somebody in Meta when nobody's using Facebook, so you and the head of engineering had a fight regarding how to boost the usage of Meta or Facebook. It's quite important compared with, oh, 3 guys in a garage, we had a conflict regarding some engineering decision. Okay, of course, the first one sounds way more impressive because you can talk about, well, there are billions of Facebook users. They don't use Facebook anymore. So if me and the head of engineering do not resolve our conflict, Facebook or Meta is going to lose millions of dollars every single month. Okay, that's why the rationale, why this is something so important. Hey, interviewer, please listen to what I say. Okay, this is crazy, crazy important. One sentence, describe it. Okay, now I understand this is a crazy important thing. I need to pay close attention. Okay, now action, everyone knows action. 1 to 3 action, no problem. Just make sure you have your summary upfront and supporting point, 2 sentences, right? What's the impact towards the end? People understand the impact. So I think this is straightforward for all of you guys. Tell them about after you solve the problem, what's the impact you had to the company, to other people, different kind of impact. And I also give you examples, 3 types of impact in the prep training. Please make sure you watch it. Then you understand examples, different kind of impact. Okay, so we do not want to repeat the same thing at here. Okay, different example give you in the prep training. Please go do it. And learning, only use one sentence describe learning, something very generic, applicable to the interviewer. Do not tell me I had someone come into interview, very funny. She was like, what you learning? Oh, what I learned is like when like technical compound of like basic something material science. Funny, I studying material science for my PhD. Even I was like, oh, that's so technical. You talk about when you apply material science stuff, building stuff in the manufacturing equipment. I don't want to learn it. I want to learn how it's applicable to general audience. You could say, well, whenever you deal with vendors, really be cautious regarding the scope of work, and make sure you agree upfront. You can say something like this instead of going into the material compounds goes into each other. It's not the learning that I can use, which is the interviewer. Okay, general public can use your learning. Very important. So make sure you watch the prep training. I should go over this as well. And I also have a separate training. I believe that one is only 8 minutes. Talk about what if I don't have enough stories. I tell you how to map out different stories. Typical mistakes. I also cover that in the 8 minutes training as well. Okay, so now what we're gonna do next is we are going to do quick mock interview immediately. Okay, so which is about, let me give an overview regarding different kind of mock interviews we're gonna do together. So the best way for me to really coach you is you tell me the story, I tell you exactly how you should apply, rewrite your story much better using the framework. Okay, so if you have come in and really prepare your answers, my TA already post in Discord channel and also in the prep work of module 2. You should already have examples of tell me a time we had conflict with others, and tell me a time when you failed. You may not have example for all of them, but if you have it, get ready. I'm going to pick you to do mock interview with me. Okay. And if you're senior PM, anyone who has very many years experience, such as Richu and James, all of you guys with many years experience, get ready to tell me a time when you reposition a product. Okay, this is for senior PM, and then other stuff. I also pre-filmed this. Please watch this. Like only, I think this one's only 15 minutes. Before you start, how to research company, what question to ask for the recruiters. Okay, different kind of interview questions they may ask you. Okay, yeah, and questions you can have for those interviewers as well. It's all part of prep training. Okay, how to prepare for first round interview. I also have a separate module 2.8 must watch. If any other first round interview coming up, I predicted what kind of questions will ask you, how to prepare, what likely will happen is over there as well. Okay, and also what kind of questions they will ask you, different things. Okay, so now this is also in the prep training all here. What I'm going to do is, as I am my screen is not working. Okay, then later on, after we finish the behavior type of questions, we're going to talk about the product launch framework. Okay, tell me a time when you turn a product from concept to execution later on. Okay, so but let's focus on the easier framework first. Okay, we have 3 different kind of frameworks. Okay, now let's do this. If you already prepare your answer, please raise your hands for this one first. By the way, today, each single person needs to do a mock interview with or answer some type of question so that I can give you a quick assessment, tell you how to improve. Okay, if you have already prepared your answer, I suggest you to raise your hands first because the harder questions is later on. Okay, so the harder questions later, so the easier question up front. So if you're prepared, you should raise your hands right now. Okay, so let's do this. And so the whole process, I want you guys to do this. Really understand, even if it's not you answering the question, I want you to pay close attention regarding how we change other people's answer dramatically. Okay. So let's do this. 1 sec. I still need to, Anil, can you change your Zoom name to your last name? I need to understand which Anil is here. Okay, so I pick people. And I still didn't see Iris Otter change your name. I'm going to remove you quickly. Okay, so everyone coming, you need to put your real name in our program, or you need to introduce yourself so I understand who are you. Okay, so let's do this. Jesse, let's do this. Jesse and Ken, you have your questions ready. Okay, great. So what I'm going to do is this. Let me hold on. Let me share my, where is the question? Jesse, can you turn on your camera? So go through your training, whoever participate, you need to turn on your camera, okay? Jesse, let's do this. Tell me a time when you had a conflict with others. By the way, let me time you. Okay. Do not be nervous. It's okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm nervous right now.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. because the first one, so this is easier question, so it should be nice. It should be easy.